Play some Runeterra, huh? This is a build-around submission for Fiora paired with Targon cards. So someone asked, could I attempt to build a deck that features Fiora here, the alt win con, 3/3 challenger for 3. She levels when she's killed 2 enemies. And her leveled mode is a 4/4 for 3 with challenger, that when she's killed 4 enemies and survived, she wins the game outright. So we've got Fiora paired here with a variety of ways to keep her alive. I've got notably 4 copies of Astral Projection to heal her and grant her +4 toughness permanently. We've got some Bastions, we've got some Riposte, we've got some Pale Cascades and some Guiding Touches. We've got some barriers in the form of Bright Steel Paladin. I've got some gems from Mountain Goats and Gift Giver. The second champion in this deck could go a few different ways. I've often seen Fiora paired with Taric, but I've been pretty underwhelmed by Taric in general in the past, so I'm going in a little bit different direction with this build today. So I decided to go with Shyvana as my second champion here, and I know that this champion's not been played a ton. It's a little bit on the weak side in some situations, but her leveled mode grants you a Strafing Strike every turn, which can help Fiora kill things, and Screeching Dragon is just a good card. So Screeching Dragon with Shyvana can realistically help her level up with some consistency, especially when we pair Shyvana and Screeching Dragon with attack boosts like Riposte and Pale Cascade. So I'm going to go ahead and dive on into some games here with this and see how it goes. Yes, Beansy, the Spooky Karma deck we played yesterday was the KDA build around. It featured Go Hard as well as the Iona Pick Your Thing Backup card. We also played a Feel the Rush deck at one point, but the KDA build around specifically was the Spooky Karma deck, so the 2 different KDA cards in it. Frozen Mushrooms. This is a full mulligan here. We just want some units to start. Caca! The Fleet Feather's here. You a Thermo Beam? Wow, that's rude. Your gifted sub ends today. Well, you have that Twitch Prime icon next to your name. Drazik gives you a free sub every single month to a channel of your choice here on Twitch. Is Frozen Mushrooms running Field Rush now? Yes, most likely. I think that would probably be a good assumption. It's good with both Overwhelm and the Teemo. You can just end here and burn their mana.
I am more than I seem.
I'm not a dear friend. I'm hurt. And that's fine. I understand. I just like to throw that out there because some people don't realize they get that with their thing. Attempt to trade these here. Yeah, I agree, Lampton. I actually think that that's the lack of good 1-drops is definitely something I felt in Magic. And I agree that it's nice to have here. And hey, look, there's that Screeching Dragon we talked about pairing with this.
I am watching you, dragon.
Pennsylvanians chanting "Stop the count!" like chill, you're Pennsylvanians, not Transylvanians. Oh, that's good. That is a great line. Ooh.
They would fall by my blade.
Knocked and ready.
For the honor of House on guard.
Well, the honor of House Laurent.
protect the villages.
Gem is basically a slow spell an opponent can't respond to. Yeah, it's like this. It's kind of its own weird class of thing. I think is the best way to describe it. I think I go ahead and single combat here. This will level her up.
This will be quick. Now I take to the sky.
Again, kind of just showing how self-enabling Shyvana is here, especially in conjunction with things like single combat. Hey, Jeff a Fish. Good morning. Yeah, life is swell.
What will you have?
6/6. All right, I think I'm just playing a goat here to start.
A chill in the air.
So a question I have to ask myself here is, am I happy if they pass here? I don't think I am. I think I'm going to go ahead and just gem Shyvana here as like a soft pass. It heals her up a little bit. It means I get priority back in case they don't attack.
A true Freljordian welcome.
That's pretty good. Alright, well now they're definitely attacking, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass and let them do their thing. We're at 20, which is nice.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
I'm going to throw the goat here. I'm going to go ahead and Guiding Touch here. Bastion's a nice pickup. I wrote a piece of custom software for doing life totals for one in general. I think it might actually be on my GitHub. You should either go through my GitHub yourself or look and see. I'm pretty sure I compiled a Windows executable for it. So, am I keeping Fiora alive this game, or am I killing them with dragons? I think I'm just killing them with dragons. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Do not test me.
I think I just do this. It gives us a strafing strike here, which is great.
Everything I've worked for. Across the seas and into battle.
Oh, we drew a mushroom this turn. Gross. So this is mostly free, right? So I should definitely do this.
Not an escape.
Because this heals 2 and then it furies, so it's permanently bigger. It's just strictly correct to do that. Keeping Fiora alive seems much better now. Why? Can you explain? I think I do that just to use my mana for the turn. I could also Pale here plus single combat here. Because this is +2/+2 temporarily. I think I'm doing that. That's a great draw. Look at that! Someone found it on my GitHub page. Is there a Windows executable in there? It's been a long time. Last commit 5 years ago. I don't know if there's a Windows. It doesn't look like it. Oh wait, Windows. Download the latest build, extract the zip file, and run dashboard.exe. Look at you, Pash Jeff. Helping people out. Good guy, Pash Jeff. Pash Jeff sometimes comments his code and leaves helpful things for other people. Well, that's perfect, huh? Oh no, wait, this isn't the Dragon Fight spell. This is Give Challenger. That's awkward. So this is gonna get to double the mushrooms in our deck, huh? And knock us to 7.
Stand and fight.
Commenting code isn't that illegal. Asking the real questions. Yikes. Alright, so we probably need to kill them this turn, right? So I have 14 mana worth of cards. Yeah, I don't know that we can kill them this turn, right? And all of their things are doubled from their Sejani thing. I think unfortunately we are dead. Just a little bit too slow to get off the ground this game. Perhaps we should have kept the Fiora alive. Maybe we were supposed to. Yeah, maybe prioritizing the Fiora was correct. With the various fight spells, we might have been able to alt win con with her, as opposed to trying to win fairly with Shyvana. Hey, Stray Demon Soul, thank you for the 2 months. I really appreciate the support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I was expecting this number to be going much worse than it currently is, being, you know, a month and a half off of Magic. And I'm glad it looks like we can just hang out and play whatever games we want that are sweet. None of my code at work is commented except for when you find a placeholder that was never filled in. How confident am I in this election? I am confident that the election will be run fairly and the votes will be counted. I am not confident that when all the votes are counted, we will have an outcome that is good for my country and the world. Hey, Redness, speaking of, thanks for continuing your sub-gifty. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Things are looking good for Joe, but it's not over till it's over. Let's wait to celebrate until all the votes are counted so we don't do anything premature. Thanks, Chronicler. It's good to have you here. I've been enjoying my Switch. Yasuo Katarina. Okay, what are the odds they have tiny things I want to Guiding Touch to heal? Probably high. I'm gonna keep this. I've got Fiora and Screeching Dragon as challengers that this is good with. We realistically won't know Pennsylvania until tomorrow. Stop losing sleep over it. Just, it'll happen when it happens.
Journey is difficult. These will protect you. Feed the ball.
Yeah, both Georgia and Pennsylvania are potential to end up being Biden by the time everything's counted. You'll know when it happens. Exactly correct. You sitting there refreshing constantly isn't going to change anything for you.
I long for a worthy opponent.
GA flipping would be incredible, because if GA flips, please don't have a deal for. If GA flips, there's a chance that we could win Senate seats there as well. Brutal. Maybe I should have let on Mountain Goat here. Now they get to attack with this too. Although I suppose I get to gem this goat, and then the goat gets to eat this next turn, so that's not bad. Or gem this bird. Flock should be 2 mana. I think Flock is fine. I think Flock being a powerful piece of interaction that you have to set up is fine. I think of all the things you could suggest changing in Runeterra right now, Flock isn't even on my radar. I think Flock and Swain decks in general are just like super reasonable. Do I use my barrier on this to try and keep it alive? Probably not. I feel like this barrier on Screeching Dragon down the line is going to be more valuable. The upside to playing this to bury this is I'd get to attack with another 3-2 this turn, though.
I go where the road takes me.
He's a very angry dragon, chat. So, the tough part here is if I barrier this, they could stun it, but that's a single combat, which helps a lot. So I think that means I do this, because if they go to stun this, I can single combat here still. I think I'm okay trading these here. Maybe I'm not, because with the Hush, this could trade with this. Yeah, I think I hold this back for the potential to trade with this via Hush. That's unfortunate.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets.
Think I'm gemming one of these gift givers, so that way if they open attacks here, I have an okay block.
Some things never dull.
You spurn my gift? No closer!
Now, they could stun this to kill it with Yasuo. Didn't happen. Good for us. I did not mean to pass there. Fuck. Now they get to... I'm probably going to lose the game because of that misclick. I should have 2 dragons in play.
Does the wind flee, or does it follow?
Yeah. We have 2 dragons in play there. We're in a lot better spot. There, we're reading and talking and clicking at the same time. That pass was very good for my opponent, so we shouldn't have done it. Bright Steel's not super useful in this match. They're gonna mulligan all 3 of these, looking for a decent 1-drop. It's a great draw. Looking for a good 2-drop too, also helpful. Ba ba do 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 do.
Save your worlds. We speak with blades.
We speak with blades.
Strike quickly, try me.
Do you have a vengeance or a flash freeze? Really, really unfortunate this is a protection and not a bastion.
Protect House Laurent. A little luck for those who need it.
My split of 4 mana protection spells may or may not be ideal. I'm favoring 3 of these at the moment. I like to use a variety of game boards.
Sapphire, gem of our divine patron. Remember my words.
Can I pull like this? Which means I don't have free blocks here. I do this just to kill through this. Gems are kind of like their own unique speed. You can't respond to them, but you can only play them inside of combat. And like, this isn't even really a big deal either. Like, I don't really care about this getting some damage on it. I mostly just wanted to get rid of their 3/3. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this here to play around an Ice Quake, potentially. It also uses my mana efficiently for the turn. Now, this is the downside. Opponent could feel the rush this turn now, because I didn't kill one of these. It might have been right to prioritize dragon killing these.
Smell a fight!
You're covered.
Hold on. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna do it again. think I lead on another Breaksteel here. With the intention of challenging here. And if they go to, like, Ruination here, for example, I get to Bastion this, plus Riposte it, and then finish off the leveled Tryndamere, which could be okay. They don't currently have enough bench space to feel the rush, and they didn't feel the rush last turn when they could have. So that seems potentially good for us. It's very possible I want 3 Bastion and not 3 Astral Protection. It's tough. Protection's a lot better as a combat trick, though, with Fiora and stuff.
I'm not done.
For example, this is going to let this block this and not die next turn, which is great.
Stand in my way!
Now the question is, did they peel Ruination? Okay. Narrator, they peeled Ruination.
I serve my people with pride.
They can't feel the rush this turn. Do they have another sweeper? Ruination 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
They are nothing.
You got a problem?
Am I saving this goat? Or is this protection going to do something better? I think the protection can probably do something better, right? I might just want to cantrip this Guiding Touch. Yeah, imagine if one of these was a Bastion. Wait. Equal to its power. They didn't heal, right? That just did nothing?
That egg, did it move?
Okie doke.
Always two-step.
We are not playing around top deck Ruination. Let's go. Well, shit. They did not rip Ruination. Instead, they drew something much worse. Yep.
Fury.
Big mood.
Now I take to the sky.
I'll knock 'em dead. One smack'll do.
We theoretically have draws that could let us ult win with Fiora here, right? It's not one of them. So she gives herself +2/+2 on attack.
Do not test me. Let them eat souls. On guard.
Yeah, we get to kill both pillars. And then we have a concerted strike in our deck that could get us through next turn potentially. All right, the second one we'll concede to. definitely had outs to beat the first one there. The second one not so much. Yeah, it's tough. I don't think I want to swap to another one of these just yet. Like, it's very easy to want to swap to Bastion after playing against the deck we just played against, but you don't want to knee-jerk change your deck every time you queue into something like that. I kind of wouldn't mind the extra Concerted Strike. The removal's really good with a variety of our things. This card's very good with leveling Shyvana, too. Exactly what I want to cut, though. Maybe it's better than one of these 4 mana cards here. Could trim a Riposte. Riposte is pretty okay with Shyvana though too. Gives you extra hit. Is Riposte worse than Astral Protection? I don't think it's a strictly better, strictly worse comparison there, so much as they're just different. This is notably another matchup where I'd like more Bastions, I think. That's true. Drawing multiple Astral Protections does tend to feel bad. And maybe that's a reason to go down to 2 of them. So it's important to remember that, like, especially with things like Treaching Dragon and the various fight spells in this deck, like, Astral Protection's not just a toughness increasing card, it's also a healing card, right? So, like, that card's realistically giving us, like, 6 to 8 life a lot of the time on things. It's a big increase. Just gonna end the round here. I don't think I really want to trade my goat for this with my Fiora sitting in hand.
I long for a worthy opponent.
For a worthy opponent. I think even with this draw, I just go ahead and open on attacks here. We could see Pale Cascade, but if they Pale Cascade, I can Concerted Strike to kill this. Oh, I'm so dumb. I can't. We're 1 mana short. Well, poop. That's fine.
Everything I've worked for.
Glass half full, they can't Kench us this turn.
I serve my people with pride.
Lemons, Limes, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I really appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for sending that this way this month and keeping me employed here. That's a joke, right? Please tell me that's a joke. Watsy shifted Ornithopter to Mythic. That's a really bad lie, right?
Never keep a dragon waiting.
Thanks, Lemons. It's good to have you here. It's in the card gallery for the new set. gosh. That's something. Morning, Jason. You are tested.
By the power of the stars. We shall
Well, if they attack, I'm going to mark damage on their stuff, but it would also give my dragons a bunch of damage, so...
with purpose.
think I'm going to gem her so that way if they block here, I can Pale Cascade to kill this.
Sapphire, gem of our divine patron.
It also lets me Pale Cascade in general with Nightfall. You can't have playable comments. Alright, do you have a hush? Alright, I think I just let this happen. And then we'll single combat these two. And I think I want to gem the dragon before I do that. So that way they can't save this with Pale Cascade. I think I want to play around one of those. Healing this also isn't terrible. Another Hush here doesn't save it either because it says base 4 attack. So we're beating Pale Cascade and Hush with this single combat, and they don't have mana for other things. Okay, so they're Pale Cascading to trade, which is fine. It's like less good for us, but it's not like we lose the game. The real unfortunate thing is because this was Hush the entire time, she didn't get to level up. She didn't see any of those dragons deal damage.
Let me guide you. By my honor, you must die.
You must die.
You leave me no choice. Take heart. Live with purpose. Such unrefined style.
So look, 10 total mana next turn if we bank 2 spell mana. So I can Dragon plus Concerted. This is getting really close to winning them the game.
I am watching you, dragon.
Our Concerted Strike not looking stellar in the face of a Bastion here.
I don't change fate, but I can
I think I just have to hope they don't have a Bastion. Notably making this strike second, so if they don't have a Bastion, this kills it. Okay, so like, all things considered, this is less bad than a Bastion for us, because it means I still get to get the damage in with this. So I'm going to get to level her this turn, which is nice. Hey, thanks for the 10 months, Landon. I really appreciate the Prime. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Suffer my fury. Strike quickly, strike deftly. Try me.
I think I need to just kill some things like this, so that way they have less things to heal with. There's a good chance we're not going to win this Star Sprint race, though. This is only 7 off at this point. I don't have any ways to interact with that in my deck.
There are none like me.
Okay.
I've been propagating quite the appetite. I see your future. Where there's a will, there's a meal.
For Jagged Taskmaster, sounds good, Landon. I appreciate the biddies. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, and like if either of these, I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna swap these to another Bastion here for sure.
These gems grant a wearer harmony.
Either of these were Bastions, we'd be able to stop Kench this turn. And like as is, he's gonna get to eat my dragon. Although, again, I'm not even sure that that's going to matter because of the Star Spring. This is 4 off from winning them the game. They're releasing a different art version uncommon too. So they're basically just, like, putting a crap card into packs to make your average Mythic. Like, did they confirm you'll open those in the Mythic slot and booster packs? Yeah, that would... It's incredible how good not playing Magic has just been for my general, like, state of mind. Like, it's just, like, stuff like that, if I was still playing Magic, like, that would make me very angry. Because it's a way they'd be making their already not consumer-friendly practice even less consumer-friendly.
Beauty in the blade.
I don't think we lose to the sister, right? Because this one triggers and then this one triggers. If I recall, we're going to lose the next turn, though, so I'm not sure that it matters. Yeah, so this is at 23. So I lose at the end of this turn. So I don't think we could do anything here. Gosh, we're actually really close to killing them, huh? They have no use as a still trigger. I don't know. That's a good question. Let's find out, huh?
We're all family here.
Howdy, Pearsall. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna switch around the mix of 4 mana spells we have. Definitely not happy with the number of the astral whatever it's called. Let's put these in this direction, I think. Get ones that protect from spells and give extra attack here. Do we get another sleeve? We got our Bilgewater card back, chat. That's exciting. Chapter 3. No, I don't need Chapter 3. I need more card backs. It would still trigger to win the game, but with no troops on board, it wouldn't tick up. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how the card reads at a glance. All right, Spooky Karma. This is another matchup where I'm going to be happy to have a bunch of Bastions. It's probably right to be leaning into all of these.
The spirit gives to those who listen. Not all mean well.
I long for a worthy opponent.
For a worthy opponent.
We swim within the flows of magic.
Strike quickly, en garde.
Pretty sure I want to just eat this one right away.
A gift from the river folk.
I am prepared. Precision and grace.
The butterfly pet is gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. It might be my most favorite. I like it. I like it a lot. Would I rather single combat or Bastion here? I think I'd rather single combat, right? I feel like the Bastion can be saved for like a Vengeance or something later.
This will be quick.
And then next turn, I can open on grant a barrier to this off of Brightsteel and get in here and hook this. Let's do this to start, I think. Am I? Yeah, let's do this.
You're covered.
So let's keep playing Protect the Queen for now and see how that goes. Compared to the Runeterra pets, the Arena pets tend to feel like cheap PlayStation 2 animations.
Never try me.
They just don't look nearly as good.
jewels are more than mere trinkets.
So we're gonna gem this up so she doesn't die to a deal 1 next turn. She's gonna lose 4 attack because she was double pale cascaded. It's another bastion. Oh, that's so unfortunate. She needs one more point of life here. Hush! Hush! Oh, we can wipe the challenger off him. Good call, chat. And then I think I proactive bastion here, right? How do we like the proactive bastion? they don't like it one bit.
As I expected.
Hush, little thresh, now don't say a word. Fiora's gonna eat your spider. You recommend any good cookbooks or sources? Nah, we don't really cook anything too fancy, Zigzags. A lot of our meals are super simple. Pasta, stir fry, stuff like that. Various types of sandwiches with vegetables on them. I haven't had Chipotle in 8 months, chat. Please, dear God, let Joe Biden be the next president of the United States so I can maybe feel safe eating Chipotle again at some point next year. Here's the monthly donation to keep the Prime Playground nice and well kept. Thank you, LKR Moose. I appreciate the 2/3 of a year. The playground is finally mostly done. Posted a picture in... I don't think I've actually pulled this one up on stream. I posted it on the Twitters. But Christy and I, we had been saving money to redo the office in my backyard. And since we don't currently feel comfortable having contractors in and out of my home to do that, we decided to take the money we had saved up and put it into a playground in the backyard for the kids. Ramp it up. Pretty sure we want to play Fiora here to play around Avalanche next turn. We just smacked them for 7, right?
Strike quickly, strike deftly.
Maybe I'm supposed to play a gem out there?
A little luck for those who need it.
Have Avalanche plus a deal 1. Yeah, gemming Fiora could have been great. I don't know, like, after they sweep my board here, having this, and this into a bunch of gems seems okay. And this here, so they're losing their spider to the Avalanche, but this means I don't get a chance to gem Fiora in the middle. Although, do I just Pale Cascade her for no value here? To keep her alive? That's probably the line, right? Means they have to have another Vile Feast. Ha! Nice, Nocti. I'm glad it will be of use to you. I mean, like, It got another Vile Feast out of their hand. That Vile Feast was going to be annoying at some point anyways. Well, we're not saving up. We actually just finished installing it. And I had the picture for people that were just listening in the background. This is said backyard playground, and it ended up working out very well. Took forever to get in though. We ordered it at the start of the year. We ordered it in April, and it just finally got in last month, and then we got it all put together. Start of the week. So, like, games like this, it's very easy, and I've seen a lot of people complain about the card, specifically Feel the Rush, because of instances like this, but, like, Feel the Rush is not the reason I lost this game. I lost this game because of avalanches and because of Catalyst of the Aeons. No, we paid professionals to put the playground together. If you look at the bottom two, my wife also really wanted to do, these are rubber playground tiles instead of just having it on grass, mud, or wood chips, so we don't have to deal with the upkeep on that. So we spent a bit of money, but it got done, and it got done right. So pretty happy with the outcome. So yeah, like that situation there, like it's easy to be like, oh, Feel the Rush is rude and overpowered or whatever, but like, Feel the Rush was just the card that made the game stop playing, even though I had already lost. Feel the Rush was a card in that game there that basically said, hey, we're not gonna have garbage time this game, the game is just gonna end. Yeah, Coder Chris, every time I have to interact with a small business or a contractor, I am less surprised that Amazon has taken over everything, because every time I have to get anything out of a small business, I'm constantly calling them and sending follow-up emails because they've missed a date or they haven't returned my messages. The people that we hired to do the work, they ultimately did a really good job, but they started the project at the beginning of October, and they just finished it last week because they like kept showing up for like 2 to 4 hours a day, and then being done. And in their defense, I suppose we didn't talk about specific timelines to make things happen, so maybe that's partially my fault, but and that was like only after the fact. Like, we called like 4 or 5 different companies to get quotes, and they were literally the only one that actually returned our call. That's not true. One of them sent me a message back and said that what we were looking for was outside their area of expertise. And I appreciated that. Like, I can understand if businesses are busy or don't have bandwidth to do things, but like, at least send me an email back or like call me back and be like, hey, we don't have the bandwidth to do this. Don't wait for us to give you a response.
The dragon's rage claws to get out. This is our way.
This is your end.
Like, I'd like to think I'm a pretty reasonable dude, all things considered. Guiding Touch is not bad. So I got 6 total mana here. Probably going to go Fleet Feather, Fiora, and Guiding Touch this turn.
I deal in coins and carnage. They would fall by my blade. Who's on top of the bounty board today?
So...
Like them. Try me.
Multiple Reddit threads have assured me you're completely unreasonable and bad people for no reason. Yep. And I mean, like, and if it's on the internet, it must be true, right? Nobody would just go on the internet and lie, chat. That's not something that would ever happen. What do they stand to gain by simply going on the internet and lying?
This is our way. Hold nothing back.
Who would you like to try and kill? This riposte is going to mess you up. Oh, they're vulnerable. They can try and kill both. Harsh but fair. All right. Do I want to save Fiora or do I want to save Shyvana? I guess I can't really save either of them. I can level Fiora, though. Who do I want to level up is the better question here. I guess I could technically save her, right? If I riposte her, she's gonna level up and have 4 toughness, and then they can't kill her this turn. Whereas if I save her, I need to, yeah, I think I'm supposed to riposte here. The kills don't carry over, so I draw a leveled Fiora, and she would still, I draw a leveled Fiora, and she would need to kill 4 things. Yeah, leveled Shyvana making us a removal spell every turn sounds real good. In fact, do I just go ahead and play Brightsteel here to barrier this? I think that's the play.
My shield is yours.
This means they can't attack me again. Keeps my health total high. And Shyvana heals herself back up pretty nicely when she starts attacking, right? She gives herself +2/+2, so she doesn't lose that in combat and restores her temporary life. Which is nice.
Show them what we're made of. Fall by my sword.
So if I strafing strike here, this survives combat, right? God, the eye is so good. Why is the eye so good, chat? Why is the eye so good? Why does it just tell me everything I need to know? Because this gains 2 from the strike and then it furies, yeah, which makes it a 7. So then they bump here and we fury again. I know Shyvana hasn't found a good home, and I don't know that this is necessarily the best home for her, but gosh, do I love her design as a card. I really should make a point to explore other Shyvana decks.
You're covered.
Losing games to not knowing obscure rules interactions is a feature. So I know that you're being facetious, but there are a lot of neckbeards out there that would agree with what you just said in a non-sarcastic way. I actually have a Shyvana Ashe deck that I've played a little bit off the ladder. I've not had a chance to play it on stream yet, though. It's very similar to the Lux Ashe deck. Almost an ice dragon, kind of.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets.
I can only speak in sarcasm. Ooh.
Got your back.
Yeah, you could definitely donate for that one, Lampton. 10 out of 10.
Say your farewells.
In fact, we've had a lot of Runeterra deck submissions recently. I've currently got 10 things sitting in the queue waiting to be played. I might have to might add a little bit extra stream time for Runeterra stuff so we can play through them so they don't sit too long. It's good problem to have. I'm just gymming that. Sounds good, Lampton. Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. I think I'm just passing here. I'm gonna save this single combat in case they play one of their champions.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
Beauty in the blade. This card's been awkward multiples, but in a situation like this, it's real good, right?
Repose? Aha! Hardly fair.
Is it too aggressive to Bastion one of these? I feel like it's not. Because, like, any removal they have in their regions is damage-based, so Astral Protection's gonna keep this alive just fine. Yeah, feel the rush, Leaves. Bye, friend. Heard you talking about that earlier. I somehow beat an opponent who played 2 of those things to Frostbite. Yeah, I genuinely don't think Feel the Rush is a problem. My interactive mid-range and control decks have an easier time beating that card than they do beating War Mother's Call. Probably lead on this in case they have a 2-2.
I'll write my own story.
Treatsies? Is this deck fun to play? I think so. I'm biased though. I think most Runeterra decks are fun to play. This game's got a great range of archetypes to play. Meh, it's the goop. This card getting a second point of toughness was so good. Yeah, I agree, Quaddle. Could not agree more. If there's a problem with the Feel the Rush decks, that's a big if. I think I just opened attacks here. I think it's definitely with the control elements and not the finisher. I think the finisher's fine.
Break their spirits and their swords.
Tarek works well with Fiora too. I don't really like Tarek as a card. Tarek's a super one-dimensional, very linear card that's really awful if you're not ahead. I think cards that are as one-dimensional as Tarek and Lulu suffer for similar reasons in that they're incredibly one-dimensional, and if you're not on the offense, they basically aren't playable.
These jewels are more than mere
Yeah, I agree, Lampton. That's a really big difference / distinction. The fact that your aggro decks in Runeterra generally aren't just playing go fish against control is such a big thing. Makes the game way more fun to play.
You hardly fair.
Hardly fair. Let's get our Trade on here. I mean, being proactive is a huge benefit in most games, to be fair. Gross. Resolves a good trick. Yeah, there be dragons. This is like such an individually good card. The fact that like also enables Shyvana as a nice upside. Yeah, I agreed. If they're more, and like on the other side of the coin, the sweepers in Runeterra feel more rewarding to play because it's not just your aggro games aren't just did I have my sweeper or I died. It's okay, I need to sequence my sweeper accordingly so I'm not dying to how they're sequencing their threats in and outside of around my sweeper. The counterplay is healthy and interesting on all sides. I'm gonna Pale Cascade here to keep my Targon alive. Especially with this Astral Protection in hand. Because we can use this to heal this back up to 5 and then pump it to 9. Because they're pretty likely to challenge here next turn.
We Demacians are no easy prey.
Yeah, I agree, Astrud. Big agree. I think I'm just passing here. If they want to skip their attack to burn my mana, that's a huge win for us. Gem the Ram to block Quinn. Yeah, that's probably a good line. Pretty happy just banking spell mana this turn if they want that. Am I okay with this trade? I think the answer is yes. I think I want to save the single combat for something better than this. Hey, Matt Maxon. Thank you, Matt Maxon, for the donation. Do. Sorry, I'm refreshing my dashboard. I'm sure there's a message attached to that donation other than my song. Yeah, this is just like, this card's just like a genuinely good rate card. Thanks for keeping me distracted during vote tabulation. Put this towards something with fizz in it. Sounds excellent.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Who does not know the name Laurent? Let's heal my Dargans up here a little bit, huh? These will protect you. Sure, Gustav. I'm not saying that Tarek is bad when he's working. Tarek's very good when you're ahead and can leverage him accordingly. The problem with Tarek is that he's one-dimensional. He's only good when you're in a position to be proactive, and games of Runeterra tend to be dynamic enough that you can't really build decks to always be assuming the same role. The best decks in Runeterra, even take like Pirate Aggro for example, that's a deck that can play on the back foot defensively okay because its reach doubles its interaction in key points. I don't know that Tarek is strictly win more. I think Tarek definitely can win you games that you wouldn't otherwise be winning. I think the focus on it only doing one thing is what you're supposed to be looking at. All right, so this deck. I think we lost a little bit more than we won at the end there. I also think my mix of 4 mana answers were bad at the start. I started with a bunch of astral protections because I wanted to be able to heal my challenger units. And I think overall this card ended up being worse in most situations than Bastion and Riposte. The deck definitely felt a little bit better once we added more of these. My big takeaway from the set was that this is a card I'm interested in exploring more of. I think Shyvana alongside Screeching Dragon is just a very good 1-2, especially when paired with things like Concerted Strike and single combat. I think this is a champion that's really underexplored right now. A lot of people have tried to just shove her into decks with a ton of bad dragon cards in them, rather than just like playing her with this and some fight cards is a mostly self-enabling card that's just like a good rate, because like her leveled mode making strafing strikes every turn is really good. So I know this was a Fiora submission, but Shyvana is actually the card that I like walked away from thinking about the most from this deck. All right, what are we doing? We are going to go ahead and shift gears to our second deck of the day. We're going to play some Leona Yasuo up next. Well,